Good day to whoever watching this video right now. Well, my name is SHASHIPARMAN Chettiar from University Malaysia Kelantan, metric number A13A1114. I am a student from the course Bachelor of Entrepreneurship in Retailing. Today, I am here going to present about my industrial training report, the internship training which I undergone in the company of TASEK Corporation BERHAD, located in the state of Perak. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude and deep appreciation to the management of TASEK Corporation BERHAD for accepting me as an internship trainee in this company. Besides, I would like to thank our faculty's Dean Professor Madya Dr. Muhammad Rafi bin Yaakob, Head of Industrial Training for my course, Madam Wan Farha Binti Wan Zulfikri, and my supervisor Madam Nik Suhaila Binti Nik Hussein to arrange my industrial training. Moreover, I am thankful to Sir Muhammad Fahimi bin Sofian on his effort to follow up the progress, and my department supervisor Ms. Go Yen Hua for supporting me. First and foremost, I would like to explain about the introduction, objective and benefits of industrial training. Industrial training is one of the methods that enhance the student knowledge, communication skills and industrial experience which applied by them once they complete their studies. From here, each and every student must notice that industrial training lead to improve the practical and professional skill in their field of course. At the end of this industrial training, students will able to learn in how to solve problems that arise in business, which help them to make perfect and right decision and will be more responsible towards their self-confidence, peoples and country. For the objective of industrial training, which are enhance the knowledge, skills and experience, increase students' confidence and self-image to apply after graduation. Besides, increase the intellectual skills in the analysis of problems and provide solutions to the problems, manage the work and report writing. Moreover, expose of the role and practice in an organization, industry or enterprise, and understand and deepen their knowledge and technical experience as effective tool to provide expose-based and entrepreneur education. By implementing industrial training, students can have more benefits which strengthening the students' aim better. This is because industrial training is a main mandatory to bridge the gap between the academic and curriculum and in the industry. Besides, ensuring consistency of course offering with real-world needs, the interaction with the people and community provided through an internship program. In addition, industrial training will be benefit for training to get job faster, which in the industry when the students committed towards the task looking great, and these can share their knowledge to others too. Next, I would like to explain about the profile of TASEK Corporation BERHAD. For the history of the company, in 1962, TASEK Corporation BERHAD, or well known as TASEK Cement, was established. The company was established as the private limited company with an authorized capital of 20 million ringgit. In 1963, TASEK Cement was listed in Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange, and TASEK Cement was converted into a public limited company. In 1964, first cement production with annual capacity 250,000 metric tons and clean number 1 commissioners was produced. This was continued, developed and increased to 500 metric tons in 1996. In the year 1972 to 1974, new project was signed by TASEK Cement, which work commences on construction of fully integrated third phase project at the cost of 80 million ringgit Malaysia. The completion of the third phase project and trial runs and authorized share capital raised to 100 million in 1976 and raised to 300 million share capital in 1981. In 1993, production capacity of the company raised to 1.8 million tons. In 1993, production capacity of company raised to 1.8 million tons per year, and this annual clinker production capacity was increased to 2.3 million metric tons in the year 2000. The developing of TASEK Corporation Berhad keeps increasing year to year. From the year 2016 until now, TASEK Corporation Berhad stays successful by achieving its mission and vision as well. Well, now we focus on TASEK Cement Company's background. TASEK Corporation Berhad, or well known as TASEK Cement, is one of the largest cement producer among manufacturing companies in Malaysia. It contributes their part in developing of manufacturing sectors in Malaysia as well. The company, through its subsidiaries, engaged in investment, holding, manufacture and trading of ready-mix concrete and quarry operation. The company's plant in the TASEK Industrial Estate has grossly an annual rated production capacity of 250 tons. Since TASEK Cement has embarked on a series of multi-million ringgit expansion in a tandem with the country's development, culminating in the latest upgrading of technologies designed to produce up to 2.3 million tons of clinker per year efficiently. Currently, TASEK is listed in the main board of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad. Cement is produced at the company's plant in Ipoh, which operates 24 hours per day. TASEK Cement is located at Lot 5 Persiaran TASEK, Kawasan Perindustrian TASEK, postcode 31400 in the state of Ipoh, Perak, Malaysia. This area completely bunched with other large standard of companies. This strategic location is the one of the reason of growth business year to year in TASEK Cement. This is organization chart of TASEK Cement. TASEK Corporation Berhad has 5 departments under the control of Chief Executive Officer and Chief Operation Officer with the supervise of Chairman Mr. Kwek Leng Pek, which are Corporate Service, Human Resources and Internal Audit Department. Mainly, the departments that responsible for operating this company are consisting of Sales and Business Development and Financial Controller. Each department is headed by a deputy manager who is responsible for ensuring all the departments' operation running smoothly and to ensure the quality of service of each department. This is TASEK Cement's logo and vision. For vision, TASEK Cement is to be a market leader. TASEK Cement aims to build sustainable growth through innovation and organization excellence, contributing to all stakeholders, our customers, our people, our shareholders, and our environment and our society. This vision serves as the best motivating to strengthening company value which guides every day. There are 7 corporate values of TASEK Corporation Berhad, which are integrity, accountability and ownership, customer focus, embrace change, innovation and teamwork. TASEK Cement is totally committed to providing superior quality products and services to customers, maintaining the highest level of integrity, ethics and excellence in all aspects of business. So, these are missions of TASEK Cement. Firstly, TASEK Cement is committed to being the industry leader in providing outstanding value to customer, a safe and stimulating value to customer, safe and stimulating work environment for employees and superior returns for shareholders. Besides, consistently create value and improvement for stakeholders through combination of people, product, market and quality and fulfill customers' needs. Become socially and environmentally responsible corporate citizen, values human capital, achieves stakeholders' expectation, and lastly, to play an essential role in finding new ways of matching present and future needs which are socially sustainable. There are 4 types of products that producing by TASEK Corporation Berhad, which are ordinary Portland, cement, masonry cement and clinker. This product has its own purposes. For ordinary Portland, the quantity are 50 kg. For cement, there are bulk quantities which usage for make buildings, bridge, flyovers, floating foundation and dam and brick layering. For masonry cement, 50 kg usage make buildings, brick layering. Lastly, clinker. This also bulk quantities including cement bags and specification of OPC, MC, PLC classification under MS and EN standards. Now I proceed to chapter 3, project or task. Here is my task that I did in TASEK Cement. Submit purchase requisition and issued for purchase order, where there are many steps to be done before submit and issue for PO. The steps need to follow as a purchaser or buyer are: once get list of items that need to order from the requested of TASEK Cement employees. As a purchaser, we need to send email or ask for quotation price for those items need to purchase from potential suppliers. After all quotations sent by suppliers, this was followed by comparison steps which need to make compare and negotiation with suppliers for better price. Probably after confirm for lowest price offer from any suppliers, we accept and give that supplier as final choice as seller. Once the lowest price and supplier has been confirmed, we need to submit for approval to purchase the items. The submission for PR must get approval from our manager, deputy general manager and our grade chief operation officer before issued for PO. Once approved by the department's division heads, the form will be forwarded to the purchasing office. The purchasing office processes the requisition in accordance with company policies. The purchasing manager must justify the source and the price and is responsible for determining the validity of any sole source justification. When approved by the purchasing manager, a draft purchase order is created. When the purchase order is approved and finalized, it is realized to the supplier and copy is provided to the originating requester. The product or service is delivered to the requester. The requester will receive a company copy of the invoice and must notify the purchasing office that the goods were received by completing all the informations, signing, dating and getting the proper approval form prior to sending the finance and store department for processing. Besides, I also need to dealing with contractors or suppliers. In making a good deal with contractors or suppliers, as a purchaser, several factors that need to be considered. My department manager, Miss Go, teach by gave good explanation for it. As a buyer or purchaser, it is important that we embody that we want our team to adopt with suppliers or vendors in order to successfully deliver the ordered items from suppliers, vendors, contractors, subcontractors and consultants who provide a product or contract to perform agreed works on a project. In order to negotiate with suppliers, we must carefully speak and attract them in doing business with us. Just because a vendor offers us a particular price on a lot of materials does not mean that that is the end of the conversation. This is especially true if we use a particular supplier for a long time, bring them considerable business, supply our vendor with a counter offer or ask if the started price is the best they can do. Often, suppliers take advantage of the fact that organization is afraid to angle over the price. So, the good dealing with suppliers set the tone for success for company vision and mission. Moreover, handle foreign purchase and payments and managing to do filing. In order to connect and dealing with foreign suppliers for successfully receive the request items, there are several processes need to be done. Those purchasing goods and services abroad should comply with institutional purchasing policies and procedures such as economic embargoes and export control and any fund restriction. There are several things need to be considered, which are make sure how the goods or materials will be transported, methods of payment, currency conversion, transaction in a foreign language. File system is used to be controlled how data is stored and keeping. Without a file system, information placed in a storage area will be one large body of data with no way to tell where one piece of information stops and the next begins. By separating the data into individual pieces and giving each piece a name, the information is easily separated and identified. Taking its name from the way paper-based information systems are, each group of data is called file. The structure and logic rules used to manage the group of information and their name is called file system. Filing is very complicated job. This is because when filing, the file should be put in the order and have to accordingly by various types of businesses, alphabets, year and department groups. To filing, there are some steps. Step 1. Prepare the document that want to filing. This is because there are some kind of proposed to do filing which are segmentation filing, budgeting filing, texting filing and etc. Besides, as a trainee, I also handle tender documentation in TASEK. The part of tender will be charged by Miss Sharon, who is my department mate. She teach me a lot about the tender, including the process and procedures. These are documents prepared by the principal and made available to potential tenders. Principals should identify which tender documents are intended to form part of contracts and contracts. Tender documents that usually form part of the contract are the condition of contract, specification, drawings and other documents that set out or explain the scope of the supply. There are two types of tenders that usually will ask from the tenderers. One of the tender documents will be condition of tender. This condition allows the principal to specify what a tenderer has to do to make its tender valid for assessment and rules which will apply to the tender process. Other tender documents usually include an invitation to submit a tender and blank tender form, schedules or templates to be used by the tenderer, which care should be taken in assembling the contract documents, not to simply incorporate the tender but to select the relevant contractual elements. Next, update the database of file tracking system. Me as a trainee, I was assigned to update the purchasing department database and the forecast. The database is basically a collection of information organized in such a way that a computer program can quickly decide pieces of data. It can think of a database as an electronic filing system. Traditional databases are organized by field, record and files. A field is a single piece of information, a record is one complete set of fields, and a file is collection of records. For example, a telephone book is to filing it. It contains a list of records, each of which consists of 3 fields: name, address and telephone number. Each purchasing staff at TCB are compulsory to make purchase call with other suppliers and companies. This call is to ask for quotation price for items that request. From here, I will get some contacts and name cards from suppliers and companies. I need to update the contracts in database so that next time it will be easier to contact or book appointment with the person in charge. I will record the PO date, PR approval date, PO issue date and others. This is what we call tracking system, which means the files makes easy to track when search or find something. And lastly, participating in events. There are a lot of events and programs at TASEK. As a trainee, I was advised to participate and help other staffs in each and every events that been conducted in the organization. There are few events which I have been participated, and for sure I had gained a lot of experience as long as the knowledge. Some example of events are Chinese New Year celebration, firefighting training, and celebrating a Labour's Day. As I mentioned before, there are several benefits of industrial training, which are apply the theoretical knowledge that adopt from studies in classroom with practical application of knowledge, ensuring inconsistency of course offering with real world needs and enhance the knowledge, skills, experience and improve my confidence and self-image. Besides, there are more benefits in industrial training. Well, these are problems faced and overcome while I'm as a trainee in TASEK Corporation BERHAD. First, I unable to make good communication and adopting with calculation and data key in and dealing with suppliers. Here the overcome is I frequently dealing and talking with suppliers made me easier to catch up, mingle with them. I got an experience to talk with different type of people. Next, I a bit hard for me to learn about data key in and financial side. So here to overcome it, I assigned to update the purchasing department database and the forecast. So finally, the most important problem that I face are dealing with suppliers and contractors. So to overcome it, I get an advice from my department manager Miss Go, which she gave good explanation for it. We must carefully speak and get attract them in doing business with them. So we are coming to the end of this presentation. From the analysis of this training, it strengthened my aims better towards my future success, helped and provided me to apply theoretical knowledge to apply it in my industrial training. Besides, I learned how to real work environment will be after join a large capacity of manufacturing company and improve my standards of professionalism of the future workforce. From this training, I also had learned some skills through it, where communication skills, technical skill, skill in solving problems, teamwork, career development and increased knowledge. In my opinion, there are some recommendations for TASEK Cement. Firstly, TASEK Cement should keep up with technologies and remain flexible. In my opinion, TCB should improve in using more technologies in business. They need to be focused on both producing and selling sides by adopt with technologies. TCB should not just using technology in producing of cement, but need to focus in customers and suppliers sides. These are the main things that reason of growing of an organization. This limitation in TCB needs to be upgraded and updated in order to stand highlighted when compared with other cement producer companies. Besides, the current way of using technologies in producing cement need to be improved too, which the company is still using all kind of machines for producing cement. This should be make some changes. In my suggestion, new technologies can offer more opportunities for growth and efficiency. Here I suggest that TCB should upgrade in using cement producing machines and all the methods that using for produce it. TCB should make some survey and research more about in how to producing cement with low cost. This is because the high kind of technology let the business grow fast with the changes of the world. In other hand, it also decreased the cost of using more workers and laborers. For instance, TCB can send quality and knowledgeable team from TCB to survey and make some research to abroad or overseas in order to build up the strength of workers and organization. Besides, TCB should improve training and get more educate for workers in the part of technology. In my view of point, TCB should use and change all kind of technologies in producing and promoting products. The technique that using is quite backwards when compared to this world of technologies. Even TCB, one of the largest cement factory producer in Malaysia, this should be improved in order to be realistic the vision to be one of the largest producer in the world. This limitation can be increased by send the workers to the training program to abroad or overseas to learn more about in growing for business. This is because by training workers can improve business performance, profits and staff knowledge. Besides, training staff can result in better customer service, better work safety practices and productivity improvement. Finally, it will be benefits for both workers and staffs as well, which for workers they can acquire new skills, increasing their contribution to the business. The training they can do can take them into other position within the organization and position with better prospects. This is because they will well trained which upgrade their skills to do new and different tasks as long with the rapid change of world. So we are already coming to the end of this section or of this presentation. So these are the pictures of TASEK cements that I had been captured. So the first group photo with great leaders and staff of TCB. Next, the overviews of TASEK Corporation BERHAD. So these are the mascot of TASEK Corporation BERHAD with the sign of green boya. So as I showed before, the logo and slogan of TASEK Corporation, which the slogan leading the way on solid foundation. And lastly, these are my picture in my office in TASEK Corporation BERHAD. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching and listen to my video presentation.